I'm talking now about family roles. And family roles take place when families have difficult times in relationship over a long period of time. Sometimes it's an addiction in the family system, whether in the parental subsystem or if there's a child at home who's ill for long periods of time, or if the family is distracted from normal family processes. And that can be money troubles, but the key is over long periods of time, then people develop roles. Now, 4 of the roles that have been talked about by Sharon Wegscheider Cruz and others might be helpful for us to think about. A role is something a person plays. That means that they aren't authentically in this role, but they've played it over a long period of time to take the stress off from the parental subsystem. The 4 roles I'll talk about are hero, scapegoat, lost child, and mascot. We're most familiar with the family hero because the role of family hero takes the pressure off from whatever the problems may be. Let's just say alcoholism in the parental subsystem. What the role of family hero does is keep the focus on something good in the family, because the family hero then is achieving something the parents and the family can be proud of. So any uncomfortability that comes from the addiction is smoothed over by the hero operating on accomplishment and achievement and making the family look good. Now the same is true for a scapegoat. They're as loyal as the family hero. The scapegoat takes the focus off from the addiction, let's say alcoholism, by causing trouble. Something to focus on in the family system that keeps them from addressing the very difficult problem of the addiction, perhaps in the adult subsystem, as I mentioned. So then comes the lost child. The lost child is the one nobody worries about. They've even gone on vacation and left the lost child at home and get 100 miles away and realize, hey, where is so-and-so? The lost child doesn't cause trouble. So the lost child a lot of times has a difficulty with identity as they're growing up. They don't know who they are, they don't know how they fit in, but they're chameleon-like, so they'll adjust to anything that comes along the pike. Anything to keep the heat off from the problem. And then there's the mascot. The mascot keeps people laughing, keeps people entertained. They're fun. They are the clown of the family. So once again, the mascot as a role is one that keeps the pressure off from whatever the difficulty may be. Now, it doesn't have to be an addiction. It can be a role that the families are playing. For example, a pastor's family, under a lot of duress. So the kids start to play roles, many times hero-type roles, to keep the focus off any of the developmental challenges that are needed in the family. What happens with a role is that somebody is acting or performing or posturing rather than dealing with what's really going on with them developmentally. They're putting aside who they really are in order to wait till the trouble or the difficulty or the challenge to the family is over. Now I'm going to talk again about roles in our next installment, but suffice it to say that family roles keep children from growing into all that they can be because they're kind of stuck in the roles. And when they're older, hopefully they'll have some time and some emotional energy to develop full parts of them where they're not posturing, they're not acting, they're not trying to take the pressure off mom and dad. They're really developing into who they were meant to be.